What is up, YouTube? This is brand new. This is my newest thing right now. And it's going to be nuts. Today, what I have going for us is very simple and easy. As many people know, I am a huge Dolphins fan. Still heartbroken over the fact that we didn't make the playoffs. But what I have done is I've gone through and I have simmed the entire season. To the way that it was. I went ahead and so every game besides the one that was a tie this year, because you can't really choose tie, so I just kind of threw a win in there. Other than that, everything else is exactly the same. So with that, YouTube, I just want to thank you so much for being here and joining me on this thing. We're going to get to see who Madden is going to predict to win the Super Bowl. As you will see, we have it all set up just perfectly right here. So we're going to get to see that. B, we're going to get to see how Madden kind of projects free agency and the draft to play out. I know at this point I am going to be trying to do everything I can to put Miami in the best position to win going forward. The way that it played out in Madden, I think I might have the fourth pick versus the third pick because we have Houston's pick. So let's get into this. Let's look and see what Madden has us doing, and let's just go. This is going to be exciting. We're going to go exciting series. We're going to take Miami from here, and we're going to see within the next 3 seasons if we can make Miami, who was 10-6 this year, into a Super Bowl contender. And abiding by all the cap and everything like that. So let's look at it. Let's see who Madden predicts will go on from this point right here. And let's look at the playoff bracket. So Madden predicted that Buffalo would beat Indianapolis 34-24. Madden predicted that Baltimore will beat Tennessee. I actually could see that happening. And I think you see the upset right here that Madden has Cleveland. Cleveland beating Pittsburgh. I'm not a big fan of sitting starters, which is what Pittsburgh did last week. I am a Miami fan. I mean, I do wish Buffalo would have sat starters after watching that game. But at the end of the day, it is what it is at this point. So, our second round matchup in the AFC, it's going to be super good with Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes against Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns. And then the Buffalo Bills are going against the Baltimore Ravens. I am going to make a prediction that in the AFC, how it is right now, you are going to see Baltimore versus Kansas City. Now let's take a look over to our NFC side. Somehow it has, oh, that's where that tie came into play. Well, who cares? We'll just put the Giants in there. Somehow it has the Giants in the playoffs. It is what it is at this point because that was the Washington-Cincinnati tie. But we have Green Bay going to play the Giants, which in all, and it would have probably been Tampa Bay. But what is crazy to me about this whole thing is this has Tampa Bay losing to the Giants in the playoffs. So Tom Brady losing to the Giants 45-8. That is nuts. So if we were to go by that Madden method, the Giants are nowhere near as good of a team as Washington is right now, like defensively and everything. So I think that it would have put Washington over Tampa Bay. So that's where we're going to look at that. What was looks like a thriller of a game was that Seattle LA Rams game. Seattle beating LA. Holy moly. Whew. So Seattle moving on. And then you had the Saints beating the Bears, which I very well see that happening. I will say this much, I think, in the NFC, between the Packers and the Giants, you will see the Giants lose to the Packers. And in the NFC, second game, you will see the Saints defeat the Seahawks. So I think that when we come and look at the screen next, you are going to see the Chiefs, Ravens, Packers, Saints, Final Four. Let's move on and see what happens. Advance to next one. All right, let's check it out. Holy moly! What is going on? Madden right now is Cleveland Browns fans. Not only are they Cleveland Browns fans, they literally have Cleveland destroying Kansas City in the second round and moving on to the AFC Championship. So you have Baltimore versus Cleveland. That is the second AFC North matchup of the playoffs. And in the NFC, you had two games that were pretty good. You have Green Bay moving on against the Giants, which we will say that that's the Redskins. And then you will also have Seattle defeating the Saints. That's crazy. Man. So what I will say right now, looking at the playoffs, looking at where we're at, who will be our Super Bowl matchup? You know, I can't go away from the Cinderella Cleveland Browns. So we're going to say Cleveland versus Green Bay. We're going back to the 60s and saying that that's going to be something when it before the Super Bowls, when it was the well, actually Super Bowls would have been the first time they met. But back then when Cleveland was good, when Green Bay was good, really good. Green Bay's been very good for the last 10 years, but Cleveland has not. So I'm saying we're going Cleveland versus Green Bay in the Super Bowl. Let's check it out. Who is in the Super Bowl? Your boy Seabass called it. It is Cleveland. It is Green Bay. We will look at the thing. Cleveland, whew, 14-6. They snuck through. Green Bay played a hard game, and that they beat uh, the Seahawks. So in the Super Bowl, we have Cleveland versus Green Bay. My question to you is, who do you think wins? Put down in the comments right now who you think wins the Super Bowl if it winds up like this. I would, if I was guessing, I would say Green Bay, but something tells me Cleveland pulls it out. We're also going to go ahead and look at the Pro Bowl selections. This is kind of how Madden had it. There was no way for me to go through and make the Pro Bowl to look exactly like, and all the stats to look exactly like it was. So let's look at what Madden has. They have Russell Wilson being the quarterback. They have Patrick Mahomes, which if neither one of them make the Super Bowl, they should have been there. They have Tom Brady being the backup. They have Josh Allen being the backup. You have Drew Brees and Ben Roethlisberger. Kamara, Edwards-Helaire, McCaffrey, Henry. McCaffrey probably wouldn't make it because of his injury his injury this year. Zeke did not have a good year for the Cowboys, so I would not put him on that train. Frank Gore, HB3. that's kind of like, hey, going out present. Your fullbacks, I'm trying to see if there's any Dolphins that made it. Isaiah Ford made the Pro Bowl. I want to see his stats. How did he make the Pro Bowl? Devo Samuel, Jerry Judy. Isaiah Ford's a Dolphin. He was released this year, or he was traded, and then he was released by New England, then signed back with Miami. You have Burton making it over Kelsey. That's just insane to me. Is there any others that are just like wows? That Tunzel, that's why we have the what it looks like it's going to be the 4th pick in the draft right now. J.J. Watt, Joey Bosa, Watt, Leonard, Dave. And I don't really see anything else. Byron Jones made the Pro Bowl. He's with Miami. Eric Rowe made the Pro Bowl. He's with Miami. Jason Sanders made the Pro Bowl. Oh, I did not tell you. So now that I see Jason Sanders in here, the Miami Dolphins in this game are going to make history. I am not going to tell you what it is, but I promise in this video, history will be made. Take a guess at what that history is. Put it in the comments right now. What do you think the history that will be made? Good stuff. I do want to go over real quick and just see how Madden had Isaiah Ford this year, because they did have Fitzpatrick start the whole year. Tua had a little bit, but nothing serious. Breida basically handled all the rushing. Ford had 69 catches for 996 yards. Didn't really have a 1,000-yard receiver. Blocking, I don't even want to look at that. Defense. You had Jerome Baker leading the team in tackles. Kicking, he was 22 of 22. That's not bad. For 55 was a long. 46 of 46 for extra points. So, I mean, I can see why he made the Pro Bowl. Let's see what kind of Madden predicts as the end of the year awards. Let's see how the Super Bowl goes. So, let's go ahead and focus on up. I don't know why I have a breakout player going into the Pro Bowl. Christian Wilkins says, hey, listen, I'm going to go crazy in the Pro Bowl. Like, I've never seen that before. So let's see what happens. So we got the playoff bracket, which we've already pulled up. We saw this one last time at it. We also, let's look at those yearly awards. Who does it have for MVP? None other than Patrick Mahomes. You got Mahomes and Rodgers. I think that that's going to be your MVP race no matter what. So I like what I see here. I actually think this is kind of a little bit how it's going to fall out. I mean, you got Nick Foles in there, obviously not, and Cam Newton, obviously not, but there's still stuff in there. Coach of the Year, Sean McDermott. I actually do agree with that. I think that Flores should be Coach of the Year. A lot of people say, well, you did it 10-6. Sean McDermott did really good with. But you look at Brian Flores and the Dolphins versus Buffalo and the just talent. I think Miami's going that way, but talent level, Flores did it with a lot less talent. So let's look at that AFC. You got Mahomes with the Offensive Player of the Year. You got Garrett with the Defensive Player of the Year. Herbert winning Rookie of the Year. Kenneth Murray Jr. So as this has it, LAC took both the offensive and defensive Rookie of the Years. Best QB, I mean, you got Chubb with running back of the year. I mean, he missed some time. Shores, and we'll go through real quick and look at the Byron Jones with the best QB. How in the world do you make the Pro Bowl and this dude? All right, let's look at that NFC awards. You got Russell Wilson, Levante David, who won the Rookie of the Year. Cam Akers. In the NFC this year, Justin Jefferson would have won it, guaranteed. Chase Young, automatically Defensive Rookie of the Year. Wilson, Kamara, Godwin. Yep, Donald, Mack, Tracy Walker, and the kicker is Matt Gay. All right, let's look at our Super Bowl. Let's do some scouting here. I do have the imported class. Let's see where this thing puts us. It does put us at 4-18. So one pick later, which kind of throws me off because they're probably going to pick him, and that's who I want to pick. So I might do some messing around just so that way I can get that pick for the third. I think I can make it happen just doing 4 and 3 and seeing what happens from there. But Miami should have the 3. Atlanta should have the 4. So I've done a lot of scouting, looking through it. There's some players in this that I think are going to be worth taking, some later round players. So let's go ahead and see what the Super Bowl has for us. And it has the Browns. Shut up. It has the Browns beating the Green Bay Packers 42-28. And let's look at those retirements real quick. Andrew Sandeo, Mercedes Lewis. I was actually one of my favorite players for Jacksonville. I lived in Jacksonville for a little bit, went to a lot of games. A.Q. Shipley, Kenjuana Burner, Ryan Khalil, Richie Incognito, Mr. Bully himself. So, I mean, there's players that are retired. This is my last chance to negotiate. Me being the general manager in this scenario, I am not bringing Matt Breida back. I am not bringing Fitzpatrick back. Many of you might say, hey, why would you not bring Fitzpatrick back? Albeit now, looking at it, his demands have calmed down. Earlier, he wanted like $16 million for 1 year. But even still, putting that much money towards $8 million towards a backup because 2 is going to be the starter going forward, I just don't feel like it's a good thing. Albert Wilson, I don't think we need him back. I am going to be looking for receiver help. Matt Hack, I am going to probably bring a punter in during the draft. So Isaiah Ford again, I don't think I'm going to need it. Matt Collins is somebody I do like in this game. He rejected my first contract offer. To me, it's not worth it. So then you got Jamal Perry and just really nobody from there. So with that, we are going to move on to the first week of the free agency. Alright, I know I said that this video was going to be the Super Bowl, then free agency, then the draft. Definitely, you're going to get those videos, and you're going to get them all at the same time. This video just happened to be so long that I didn't want you to have to go through and literally watch an hour-and-a-half video. So with that, if you've hit this point, there is another video for you to go watch. Go hit that video up. I promise you, in that video, history will be made. History will be made. Take a guess at what it is. Throw it in the comments section and go watch that other video. Y'all have a good one.